actually knew anything about that when they built anything, so nobody really has it at that point.
Yeah, but they're not even putting it into new buildings anymore, or at all.
True.
There's one that went up in front of the apartment building, in front of the coop across from where we're at. Brand new, like it was built within the last 2 years. No central heating and air, no bathroom attached to the bedrooms in any way. Who's the architects? Who's the designers? Who's trying to kill people with the heat? All right. Welcome back. Session 20. No, not 20. It's 40 something. I'm way off. 49, I think. 49.
20? No.
Oh, we've been playing this game now a little over a year and a half. Maybe 2 years now.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, close to 2 years. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I think that's the longest one I've run. Not that the others couldn't have gone longer. It's just other factors prevented them from going longer. This is good, though. So session 49. Last session, we finished up finally with the Secret Vault and the Vault Tech Abominations quest line. Just so you guys know, you went through a full set of 5 quests for that quest line. Most of these others are 7 quests each, but the Vault Tech Abominations was only 5 quests. But you've now finished that. Current reports show that the abominations themselves, the Phantom Stalkers and the Blood Spitters, are not being seen quite as often. It seems the majority of them were gathered there at the Secret Vault and went down in the Bane. The vault itself was, offset. It wasn't directly below the Red Rocket Station that was the entrance area to it. So there's slightly northwest of the new icon here. Look at the ping. This new icon right up here is where the new settlement is, if you guys all have the map open.
Yeah.
And so northwest of that is where there's now a crater where the vault itself was pretty much vaporized in the explosion that was its reactor.
Mm-hmm.
There are still rumors of raiders pushing further and further north every day. There are still sightings of the giant metal dragonflies. And you still have standing orders from... wow, the name just left me. Crockett's men. To track down Jammer, which is why you started working with the Brotherhood to try and find a way of tracking the vertibirds. And the Brotherhood is also, now you've wrapped up the Vault Tech situation. They do have information on standby for you about the vertibirds back at Raven's Watch.
Well, I guess let's get on the Valkyrie and go home.
What are you gonna do with your Humvee?
Oh, we can just strap that, onto the back.
Nope.
No.
Jack isn't even sure exactly what the weight limit is, but he's looking at the Humvee, looking at the vertibird, looking at the Humvee. No.
No.
Let's just got this thing. No.
They're the same freaking size.
One of the commander, the new commander of the settlement up here says, "I'll have one of my guys drive it back to Raven's Watch for you. One of our regular supply run."
Okay.
Gonna have a few other guys with him, right?
Well, of course, that's a supply run. It's,
Okay.
nobody goes on their own.
Do we have a? Oh, I guess when we get back to Raven's Watch, I got a little BOS here. My fingers are itching. My palms itching. Got to spend some money. I was wondering if when we get back to Raven's Watch, if I could, if they have. Oh, that's right. That's where they have some stuff that we can buy from them, or is that okay?
Yeah, won't be a problem.
How long do you think it'll take to get this pretty old vehicle back up to the base?
So that is where I forgot to look into that kind of thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say 10, 11.
We'll go with 10.
Okay.
So if he was on foot, that's a day per. That's probably a little too short. These are whole counties you're crossing in one day on foot. But that's what we've been doing. So, and then
Gotcha.
the Humvee, the armored car, was going 40 miles per hour, that's a speed of 2. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 2 ranges. That's speed of 2 or 40 miles per hour. The 2 is how many what is it called? The range it can change or move in one turn.
Yeah. I think 2 sectors because it's big and you gotta maybe follow.
So
No, gotta turn around and go this way. So
just so you can understand the math I'm doing here. So the 2 is for when it's in combat, it's allowed to move 2 ranges. So it can move from short range
gotcha.
to medium to extreme. It gets to move both of those at once. Whereas a player, a PC or on foot character, can only move 1. So it's essentially double the speed of a player in combat. I mean, I'm going to translate that to overworld travel as well. It's just going to be double the player speed, and on foot speed. The Valkyrie, the Vertibird, can move 6 per combat turn, so it's 6 times the speed of a player. So 10 would be 5 with, that's just divided by 2. Yeah, so divided by 6. 10 divided by 6 in a day, a half.
Yeah, just almost 2 days. Yeah.
Almost 2 days.
Yeah.
So 4/6 divided by 2, 2/3. Yeah, a day and 2/3 of a day. Oh, I hate math.
And then it'll take at least 5 days or more for the Humvee.
Whenever it leaves. It's not leaving
Right,
immediately
whenever
because...
right, yeah.
But you, anticipating that, you transfer all your gear over that you had in the Humvee and then get it into the personal carrier. So let's just go over the stat differences here real quick between the two. You guys should be able to access from your party sheet, but I'm going to go and share them out real quick as well.
Okay.
Excuse me. So the Humvee is actually a little bit smaller by 1 scale than the Vertibird. You can see there that they got the same reach, 2 and 40, and then 6 and 500 for speed. The Vertibird's a little more beefy. It is technically exposed when the sides are open, so you don't have cover when you're inside of it, and you have no way of using side guns without being exposed when you're in the Vertibird, although there will technically be a height advantage. You can carry 8 passengers, fully armored in power. Whereas the Humvee was 6 with, and this one here was actually modified to have 4 power armor racks. The default only has 2, I think.
2. Yeah.
Impact of 10 on the Vertibird versus 9 on the Humvee. And then you can look at the physical resistances. I think those are the resistances, or is that the HP? No, that's the resistance. Okay.
Yeah, the resistant. Chassis is a little better on the armored personnel carrier, but yeah, for the most part, they're very similar.
And then you've got a nose gun, which can be used by the pilot or a co-pilot at any point in time. 2 nose guns, and you have 1 door gun that is a Gatling laser. However, whoever's there using it will be exposed and have no additional cover when being shot at. Not that we're getting into combat with this Vertibird yet. That's a few sessions away, if ever. So, it'll take 2 days. You guys had set up some things that you want the Red Rocket settlement to do. Is that correct?
I can't think of any. Of course, we could have said it last time, and I'm just drawing a blank.
Well, you tell me. We can either handle that now during this session, or I can. I don't have a. Well, I guess we do have a map that we can use for it. But we can go over what things you want to build, like dormitories, defensive structures, that kind of thing. We can do that on Discord later, or we can do it now. But it is kind of like it will take time from your characters to oversee this and get it. One thing I forgot to mention last time is you got power since the for the time being anyway. Power is still coming in from that power plant to get into the vault.
Okay.
So you've got materials, you got water, you got food paste, you got power. You guys want to dive into this settlement, or shall I send you recommendations, different plans, and you guys can approve or disapprove them in Discord later?
Why don't we take option?
Yeah.
Which option?
B.
B, so Discord? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you've arrived back at Raven Watch. We're going to tack on an extra 2 days that you stayed at the settlement in order to decide where things are going to go and everything. But we'll handle the details of that later.
Okay.
So it's now 4 days after dealing with Dr. Caulfield and his abominations. And you're at Raven Watch with information available whenever you're ready to go and discuss it with the techs about the Vertibirds. You know that there are other quests available. You know, you could go to any one of the settlements and pick up any number of escort quests or scavenging quests, that kind of thing, if you like. Yeah. Like to do.
I guess the only big thing I'd like before we step out is to see if I could get a mod for my sledgehammer.
Yeah, so you sent me that. Nobody else sent me anything, right? I don't think recall us seeing Slash's
Uh,
request.
I do believe we talked about that. Well, me and Eugene last time, and it was, in my case, just more ammo for one of my weapons.
Which ammo is that?
More missiles.
Okay. I'm not ignoring you, Slash. I'm just gonna get to you last because it's a special thing. Yeah. So were there not any in Ravenwatch's inventory?
Yeah, that's where I was getting them from. So I don't have that many more yet. Just
Well, there's 4,900 still in Ravenwatch's inventory.
yeah.
You took 10 already, according to the Discord
Yeah.
chat. Are you going to take any more right now?
No.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything about it just at the moment then.
No.
Okay.
I just figured that since you asked, that was about all I could recall. So
Let me pull this other thing up.
Quartermaster. That, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have. I haven't added anything to the quartermaster in a while. The shops.
Yeah, I
important
just didn't know if
properly
you had
anyway.
any mods or anything on there, so I was just looking. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see any mods. Okay.
Oh, stop with the errors already. I gotta disable the shops module until I get it fixed. What's the cost? 100. That's the cost. Let me pull up the calculator because that's not going to be the actual cost. There we go. You don't find an actual heating coil itself, Slash, but you do find the parts that you think you can put one together with, or maybe Eugene could help you with putting it together. And you can get it a little bit cheaper than you were expecting, since you're buying just individual parts. And it'd be about 90 script, Brotherhood script.
Let's see. Let's see. What's it take to make that mod? If I'm remembering, does it need like blacksmith or something?
Weapons workbench, complexity of 3, so that means the difficulty of 3. 4 common materials, 2 uncommon materials, blacksmith 2, skill of repair, and rarity is uncommon.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, unless we have an NPC, I'm not certain. Eugene, I don't think you have blacksmith.
Rank 1.
Rank
Next
1.
level, I can get that for you.
You can ask around, Slash. Might cost you more. And to be completely honest, I was not looking at the requirements when I said you found the parts to build one. So
Right.
I
So
didn't
that's,
screw you over on purpose.
No, yeah. That's why I was throwing that out there. I'm like, oh, that's what I just. Oh, yeah. If we find somebody to put it together. I wonder if Jammer knows anybody.
Track him
Yeah,
down. He might.
Have a long talk with Jammer.
Well, I'll definitely get the pieces
Okay.
and stuff. So I am not gonna not get that.
So we'll go and add the materials to your inventory. And then you can subtract the 90 Brotherhood script.
All right,
Where's it?
looks without.
Oh,
Yeah.
90. Oh, okay, cool. That makes it easy. Yay.
Sent you a message, GM.
Okay. I'll look at it in just a second.
Yeah, no rush.
Material is 4. And then where's you? Where is it? There it is. 2. All right, so you got the materials on your inventory now. Man, excuse me. Okay. Suppose I ought to look at the crafting requirements this time. Oh, yeah, you can. Cost is even cheaper than the. It requires more materials, but it's cheaper than the sledge oil. That's interesting.
What's that?
The recon scope needs 6 common materials, 4 uncommon, and 2 rare. But it's so much cheaper than the heating coil.
Oh.
Maybe it's because of the things it adds is not the same, but that seems odd to me. I'll be making changes to that kind of thing in the future. You do find the materials for it. It's going to cost you 30 Brotherhood script.
I will gladly pay that.
All right.
Oh, gladly. Pay Tuesday for a hamburger today.
So since you've got the perk required, you got rank 4 of Scion. I'm not going to worry about putting materials on your character sheet. You can just go ahead and attempt the repair roll. Weapons workbench at Raven's Watch.
Okay.
Where is it?
And I've got the difficulty set at 5 unless you have any perks or anything that will reduce it for this.
The repair test, that would be multi-tools to drop it.
Okay.
That is nice.
By 1, but I think that's it. Let's see. Things. No, that's just for repairing. That doesn't count. Yeah, I think that's it. So it'd be a 4.
All right. It is set. Ready when you are.
Okay. I'm going to chug a Nuka-Cola before I start working.
Immediately gain. Oh, what? Just
There.
Nuka-Cola.
there we go. Gained the action point, which you can now spend.
All right. And repair. It's all right. I'm still waking up.
My apologies.
I'll take it.
You'll take it. That's right on the money there. You've made the recon scope. What weapon was it going on?
The agitated, penetrating, or cold compensated tactical targeting plasma rifle.
Woohoo!
He
Well-
loves saying that. I could not say that well. That is awesome.
I'm about to rename it to like Agatha or something.
Yes, sir. You witch.
All right, so the reflex sight has to come off in order for this one to go on. Will you be trying to salvage that reflex sight?
Uh, nah.
Nope. Okay.
I'd be fine just turning it into scrap or whatever. If it breaks, I'm not worried about it.
It does pretty well. I'm not a fan of the way they do this in the rules, but it's what they say. Yeah, apparently these weapons are not railed the way AR-15s and all of our modern weapons. Like you just slide it on, slide it off. It's completely interchangeable. It's like it's fully integrated, and you destroy it when you take it off, unless you roll really well to salvage it. I suppose that's the one thing about another difference in Fallout Universe. They never microized their computers. It's still large things. They never invented rails for weapon modifications. So yeah, the reflex sight is gone. It's to the point of like it's just junk when it comes off. So unless you want to keep that on your person, I'll just increase the Raven Watch inventory. Junk.
Yeah, just decrease the inventory.
JJ. There it is. 797. That is done. You have a new mod on your agitated, penetrating, recoil compensated
Recon. Targeted plasma rifle.
Recon now instead of tactical.
Hoorah.
And I don't know if it'll let you rename it. I've been having trouble. That's something else I need to talk to them about. It's like I try to rename something and it just reverts every time I lock the record.
Yeah, I found that messing with the mod, the name on the mods,
Mhm.
sometimes is allowing me to change the name.
Yeah, if you go into the mod itself and take away the what is it called? The prefix. Then yeah. So it's like if the mod modifies the name, then it has to be it does some kind of override there. Yeah. It's weird.
So that's how I was able to put the 3 on the submachine gun and the 1 on the assault rifle, I think, just by messing around with the mod itself.
Yeah.
The name. So
Okay.
Couldn't find it in the book, so I had to just look it up online. But this is what I was getting for what Recon does.
Wait, did you you put it there.
Remind me to take the aim action whenever possible. I usually don't because I don't have to re-roll that many d20s. But might as well give it to y'all.
Small guns?
It is the recon scope, right?
Mm-hmm. It grants accurate and gain recon, so that's what
Gain accurate,
found.
gain recon. Oh, gain recon. Yeah, that's the part that's like.
Yeah, I was trying to look in the book material what recon is, but I couldn't find anything.
I wonder why the book doesn't have any.
It probably does. I'm terrible at finding things.
yeah, the same thing as like aim or not aim, accurate. There we go.
It's in there. It's just
It's under qualities,
yeah.
Quality says it.
which is not spelled correctly. It's spelled qualities. That's why it's hard to find sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah, recon. When you aim with a recon weapon, you may mark target you aimed at. The next ally to attack the target may re-roll 1d20 on their attack.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one to have, and would mean that I suppose you don't have to go first. It's whoever comes after you. It doesn't have to be in the same round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think just a little outline pops up. Like, hey,
Oh yeah, the way it works in
Like-
Fallout 4 is like there's a little arrow on top of the person. and they go behind something. You still got the arrow there until the recon fades.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that'll show up in like the power armor HUD or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Here, yep.
So everybody's got what they want. Jack got his more ammo. Slash
Yeah,
got the materials to modify a sledgehammer later once he finds somebody that can do that. And Eugene got a new scope for his agitated, penetrating, recoil, compensated recon plasma rifle.
So the BBK, the big bad knife.
Oh yes. What about it?
Is that something that I hold and use? I guess.
Yeah. It
Okay,
is while it looked large in Thompson's hands and everything, it's like it was attached to him. Once you got it off there and you've modified it a little bit, it's not much bigger than a combat knife when you're wielding it, but it is made of sturdier material and everything, and it's got that legendary property.
I'm pushing the lightning bolt, and it's not propagating. It's not making the tab pop up and such.
It's working
I wanted
for
to look.
me.
Yeah.
Let me do that. Did it share it?
There we go. All right,
Yes.
cool.
Just
Thank you.
double check your modules that everything is loaded up. Don't know if that will or will not affect it, but double check that.
Let's see.
And maybe I didn't have it shared originally. That could have been part of it. Jack, you were trying to say something.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and apparently I did actually throw the message up about what I wanted. It's a little higher up than.
Mutant Slayer.
Yeah.
A weapon.
Can you type it? Because I'm not seeing anything about. Or is it in our direct message?
No, it's in the Texas Rising thing. Slash has the stim pack, diffuser, and then, or is this actually from?
Yeah, the missiles, the fusion core, and the stim packs.
Yeah,
that's just what you were taking from the Ravenwatch inventory.
I didn't pick up anything from Overwatch then. Well, the Ravenwatch then.
Oh, okay. Well, I had taken it off of the Ravenwatch inventory already.
No, never mind. So
you just add those numbers to your inventory.
Yeah. Anyway, so 51. What?
Okay.
So David,
Yes.
or Game Master, excuse me, my apologies.
David's fine.
All right.
I've said my name on stream many times, just not the rest of my name.
Okay. Oh no! Stepped over the line.
No middle names, no last names.
Yeah. So since I can hold the BBK in one hand, does that mean I can hold a shield in the other? That's a conversation for later. If we need to have that conversation for later, or you could just say no. No is a complete sentence. So
you can.
Okay.
Do we have shields?
That's the other question, and I think the answer is not yet.
Maybe just increase the defense to 2.
There is EMP shielding, explosive. There's no actual shields. I would need to, because my first instinct is like, there should be a modification for the power armor to attach a shield to the left arm.
I mean,
Yes, well,
So let me look into the mechanics of that.
yeah,
Not
just to
necessarily
make
of
like
creating
a
a mod,
mod.
but of the mechanics of like, what will it give you? Will it give you defense? Will it give you DR or something like that? Let me look into those mechanics.
Right.
Um, in order to decide, because there's not a lot of things that give you more defense.
Yeah,
And maybe the
that's
shield
what
just
I'm
gives
really
you
going
cover.
for.
There are three things it can give you. It can give you defense, it can give you cover, it could give you damage reduction.
Mm-hmm.
As a shield, you're not always going to be able to move it to the right spot. So I think damage reduction is out the window. That's not a thing because you're actually using it. So it's either got to be damage, cover or defense.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be one of those. However,
yeah, I guess either one is, kind of, the cover, roll dice to take away,
did you get it
yeah.
there and cover your entire body or only part of your body? That's what the roll is.
Yeah, that gives it some variation.
And then, of course, it doesn't diminish the shield at all unless they have a weapon that uses has breaking.
Break. Yeah.
But then would we want to put? No, we would not put HP on the shield. If your left arm gets hit enough, and the damage gets past the shield and goes into the left arm piece that the shield is attached to, then you lose the shield if that left arm part is broken.
Yeah, just like a mod, I guess, if would
just
be
like
able to
any
use
other
it.
mod on there. Let me. We're going to do this on the fly right now.
It only just now came to me. I'm like, wait a second, I've got a big knife. This thing looks like a sword. I want a shield.
Now, with a shield permanently affixed to your arm, how would two-handed work? I would think that'd be a little bit more difficult, personally. Got to trade that defense for.
You would not be able to wield anything two-handed while the shield mod is attached.
Okay, so is this detachable?
You can, in between combat, or I suppose you could try it during a combat encounter. It'll just take some time and put you at a lot of risk. You could take the part off. So if it's attached to a T60 left arm, you take the T60 left arm off and put a T50 arm on, or another empty T60. Because it'll take longer to take the mod off and save the mod. So those are the risks you'll be running. That's if we're going to treat it like a mod that way, which I think that's the best way to do it. For the power armor anyway. We could still, if you just want to pick up an actual power armor, or not power armor. If you just want to pick up a trash can lid to use as a shield, obviously we'll do a little more than just trash can lid, but the concept of that, you could do that. It'll give you less cover than the mod would, though.
Mm-hmm.
Still prevents you from doing two-handed things until you drop it.
Right.
But then you could drop it as a minor action, or actually probably a free action to drop it.
Yeah, free action to drop it. I guess
minor action to pull out a two-hander if you need it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the like a manhole cover with a armband on it that I can just okay, I'm going to grab my shield and knife. Basically, maybe let's
I'll weld some rebar to it. Give you a little handle to hold on to.
Yeah. So I guess just some cover, but not a lot. And because I still want to be, because I still have the rifle, my assault rifle. I need to use. It's and the sledgehammer and such. Basically, dropped me down to my. If it was a mod that I had to change back and forth, the arm piece. So what's the? Yeah, I don't know. That limits, and I'm good with it. I'm not. Yeah, because I do like the idea of it being like a mod and stuff like that. And I see where taking it on and off. So, okay.
Just 1 second. I'm building one other thing. Gonna be a bit more not ideal, but gives you options. So you got the power armor tower shield. Can be modded. It's a unique mod for power armor. Provides 5 DC6 cover to the wielder. Cannot use two-handed weapons while attached. And then you have just a tower shield that provides 3d6 cover to the wielder. Cannot use two-handed weapons while wielded. Change that terminology. And then, I'll work out crafting bits of it later. But you can find.
Oh, what's this? The riot shield?
That's something I just pulled out of. I basically just pulled that out of my butt.
Oh, okay.
I was saying.
No, that was a suggestion for. Because I know riot shields, in theory, have been around in the setting. Because they were around, let's see, somewhere around 50 years now.
Yeah.
So.
So the one thing with the riot shield, the way I've seen it used, because I think it's. I remember seeing it somewhere in a Fallout game somewhere. But the way it was used, they couldn't really attack while using the riot shield.
Huh. Okay.
I don't remember why. But I would want to give the riot shield, basically because of the purpose of it, I'd want to give that riot shield the same cover as the power armor tower shield. But there'd be the limitation of like you're wielding this with both hands. Because it is heavier.
Strange.
And I got the weights turned around on these.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, I mean, I would say Slash has had this idea. He's thinking back to the comics he used to read as a kid. Some of them were medieval comics, and oh, there's these guys with these big old long metal things. I didn't know what they were then, but now I've got one now. It's a big knife.
I got one now.
And they had these other things that they carried around on the other arm, and they were in these suits of armor. I've got those suit of armor.
Suits of armor.
I just need the thing on the left arm now.
I just need the thing on the left arm now.
So
a tower shield? Yeah, I like the tower shield thing.
Tower shields, kite shields. I think I personally prefer tower shields myself, which is why the two I've made on the fly here are tower shields. But I can spin up some kite shields later on too. But this just gives us an idea. Slash is going to be going around gathering up other materials. You're going to take enough of the junk from Ravenwatch and throw it into the vertibird, since that's probably what you guys are going to be using fly around now. And it's just junk you're seeing. It's like, oh, yeah, I could fit this together, weld that this way to create my thing on the left arm. So I'm going to reduce the junk in Raven Watch by a little bit for that purpose. And then once you've figured out which way you'd like to go on that, and we make the proper mod or item, then you've already got the stuff for it. And I think Eugene's
Yeah, I think-
Blacksmith 1 will be enough to handle any creation.
Okay. Yeah, I think just the tower shield itself, not the mod, would be good. I think maybe mod later. But, where I have a interchangeable arm if we, know we're gonna go do some gladiator stuff.
Yeah. There's what I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking right now, but there's one other idea I had about the mod that I've got an idea, but I got to work out what is the counterbalance to the coolness that this idea adds.
Yeah, I mean, how many hard points, does an arm have? How many mods can an arm hold?
Okay, well, no, you're not picking up what I'm putting down. I'm thinking of something. I'll tell you what it is, but you cannot have it.
Yeah.
You cannot anticipate getting it because I need to come up with what's the con to having this. But the benefit is that the tower shield 5DC6. The extra benefit that I got to come up with a counterbalance for is you press a button and it extends. Right. And then it shrinks back in, and it retracts, and you can continue to use two-handed weapons.
Yeah, I mean that was basically like what I'm like, okay, now that we got the mod, okay, now the second mod is going to be the retractable shield tower and stuff.
And it's it may have to be a kite shield that's retractable instead of a tower shield. Just the amount of material that you're retracting, you can't retract so much, so it's got to be a smaller shield.
Mm-hmm.
Could have a high chance of malfunctioning or something.
Yeah, that too.
You get hit in the arm and then you hit the button and it just won't pop out. We got to repair it.
Or critical hits to the arm, to bust the shield, make it work.
Look into maybe it'd be easier, like mechanics behind the real world mechanics behind a circular shield that unfolds.
Circular is what I was thinking, right?
Instead of
in a circular,
a flat.
Yeah. One. Yeah, in a circular manner, it goes out in a circle. You have flat rectangular like pieces that just twist, that are overlapping each other. It's kind of like a scale mail shield because they're overlapping pieces that overlap each other.
So there's ideas.
Yeah.
There's ideas.
Many,
that would take probably a higher level of blacksmith.
Some of it will, but the initial, no moving parts, Eugene can handle once Slash figures out exactly what he wants. That's going to take Slash a few days to because he doesn't have the comic books with him, not these.
Right,
anyway.
And that's cool.
So he's going to take a few days to try and say, this, and figure it out, and then has to explain it to Eugene, and then Eugene's got to figure out how to weld the things together the right way and all that, and blacksmith it, all that. So a few days to get there, but we know where we're headed.
And it's going to be more like a raven's head.
More like a
once I get all the pieces parts together.
And shaped like a raven's head?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That'd be a weird looking field.
If you give it too weird of a shape, I'm gonna have to reduce the cover because a raven's head is not gonna. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I can already hear Eugene saying, "Do you want this to work, or do you want it to be pretty?"
Yeah.
Don't make me do
that. So that's part of the 2-day process. Is I'm like, I want the cool factor, and then Eugene goes, no. Okay, and then we have, so yeah, okay, cool.
You paint a raven on it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and okay, I'll just paint a raven on it. Give me a second.
Hey, you make me shape it like that, you're going to get a middle finger on the inside of it.
Just to head off any future aspirations, there will be no animated shields in the Fallout.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it, but I was thinking it.
Yeah.
No, now if I get a robot, that's going to be a different story.
There are robots, yeah.
Yeah.
Just hope Kellum's not around to take care of it for you.
Forget where was that? I think it's like in.
So yeah, now I'm better with melee weapons than I am with the assault rifle now.
Very interesting.
Only by a slight. It's a 15 target number with melee and 14 with the small arms. So.
Okay. Jack, I heard you muttering over there. You were looking for something up. Got a question?
A theoretical how to do the animated shield, and first you require a power field generator and a modified iBot.
Okay. I might have to take that back, because if it can be done in that way.
Well, yeah, because the iBot is actually available in the core book.
It is.
It is a, 1.5 foot ball of metal and plastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But
If you can make it make sense in the universe, I may have to eat crow.
well, of course, also you're the GM. If you don't want the thing to be floating around, that's perfectly legit.
No, I'm
Yeah, we
perfectly
can't-
fine. It's just know that anything you guys come up with, I get to use it.
You
too.
can do better.
No,
Well,
I get to. Maybe I could do better. Yes, but I get to use what you come up with. I was just.
And first time we're gonna see it in game is gonna be we're facing it, because
Yeah.
Right.
That's how you get it. Is you take it off of someone else. If you can beat the idea you came up with, you can have it.
Alrighty, I want a mechanized T-Rex. No, I'm just
No.
kidding, buddy.
No.
That's actually something similar is in one of the modules I'm adapting.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's based off the not the Assaultron, the Annihilator bot, but yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Little raptors. Yeah, that's what we need. Little raptors.
No.
Anyway, you guys have you've spent a few days now doing all this stuff. Eugene needed some time to make his recon scope. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And you got all your equipment. Slash has just like he's filled up the vertibird, the Valkyrie, with spare parts. Preparing for like he's telling everybody, I'm going to make some things, and these were these comics that I used to read, and the guys in this armor, and like we got the armor, but we got to have the things on the left arm. Everybody just kind of looks at him like weird. What was this thing on the left arm he's talking about? And he's going around swinging that big knife like it's some sort of, I don't know what is he doing? Yeah, you're getting a lot of strange looks, Slash, but you don't care because you know.
Yes. What's the name of the comic books? I forgot. Not Conan, of course.
yeah.
But,
Grognak.
Yeah,
Grog.
Grognak.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Grognak the Barbarian.
Yeah.
So, and some of them, when you mention the comic books, and you actually, when you're able to remember the name, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen one of those. Like just the cover. I never read it. But that guy, he didn't have any kind of armor. He was just wearing a loincloth. He did have some abs though. And then they trail off as soon as they mention that, and then they're sitting there in their power armor, and they kind of look down, not really able to see their own stomach because of the power armor and everything, and not able to get their head angled correctly, but you kind of can tell in their voice the way they say it is like, these guys don't have abs. They've relied on this power armor too much. And they just kind of walk away when that topic starts to come around. After some time, though, spending time there, one of the techs comes down, one of the scribes, and says, "Hey, we've still got the location on that vertibird, at least the one we think that went from near Carbon at the time, date and time that you told us about. We've been continuing to track it, and there's just one place that it keeps going back to very regularly, and stays there longer. We think that is probably its hangar."
Okay. And so Jack's got pad and paper because he doesn't have a Pip-Boy. And like coordinates, so when I can catch Slash and
Well, he's practicing, with his sword and such.
yeah, just all right.
You want what kind of mods I can put on that thing?
It's a legendary combat knife. What more do you want?
I want it to be like 2 feet longer.
I want it to be serrated too. Sue me.
Seriously. Let's see, serrated. Yeah, I'm gonna make it serrated at some point.
I'm gonna have to give you that, aren't I?
What? Oh, yes. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it starts off at 6 damage rating.
No.
That's
That's
what
okay.
you're not gonna be satisfied until you have that with all the mods and the legendary mod. I can see it now.
No, I could just put the serrated on there. I don't know what the serrated will do. Probably just increase the damage.
I think it's vicious.
Ooh, that'd be nice because then if I it would give it the double vicious on the mutants.
Yeah. Okay. So who all is going to be paying attention to this tech? I know Jack is. He's there with his pen and paper. No one else.
I'd be
Okay.
paying attention.
Okay. All right. Good. Everybody reset your luck there. So he explains that the vertibird. Oh, I was moving the map the wrong way there. Where did I? The vertibird has landed near this section over here. If you pull up, make sure you guys got it forefront, and zoom out a bit, and I will ping the area.
Not too far off of Ellington.
Yeah. He says that the tracking software, as far as they can tell, they've tested it on some of their own vertibirds. It's accurate to within 50 to 75 miles. So he could, while the signal itself is coming from this spot, it could be 50 or 75 miles in any direction from that spot.
Okay.
He does note that it is near the old Ellington Joint Base, and what was a Old World Texas Army National Guard base, both of which were in the blast radius of one of the original nukes.
Yeah. And
So you're saying that this area is probably highly radiated?
Yes.
Okay.
Would we know if our power armor would be enough to soak it up?
You know that your power armor could soak it up, could soak some radiation, but not knowing exactly how much is still here, you're not entirely sure if it'd be enough.
So
Okay.
more Rad-X and right away.
So I got some Rad X and I got some Rad Away. Not a lot, but
Or some lead shielding on the armor.
If you can come up with it. I know that is actually a mod that's available.
Can't remember if it was paint or an actual mod.
Well, let's see. We got lead plating, which is power armor plating mod. Lead lining, that is not for power armor. Lead lined armor material, so not power armor either. So yeah, the lead plating gives an additional 2 for radiation damage reduction. It says it only goes on the torso, but that doesn't
in the
make
book
sense.
it says it's any.
Yeah, I think that's just been a mistake here.
In fact, all of the plating mods that are in the core book say they're any.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. They're still. They made some changes to how some of the form or some of the records worked, and it didn't all convert over properly. I think so. They're still making changes to that.
and
So,
that would only work if we don't have any busted parts.
Pretty much.
correct. Oh no, the way I'll do it, because in Fallout 4, which is where most of the mods and everything come from for the D20 system, you would have to put the mod on each individual piece, and if that piece gets broken, the other pieces are still doing their job for the location they cover. It's just that one location that's messed up then.
Unless it's environmental or
Well, if it is environmental, then to that one location you would continue to take damage.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but that would imply that if you have 2 parts broken, you would take 2 radiation to one and to the other one. So a total of 4. And if all your parts are broken, then you take
Yeah.
2 radiation for the head, for the torso, for leg, arm, and arm. That doesn't make sense.
I think radiation is just overall, isn't it?
Yeah, it's overall.
So I think it's more of just you're soaking up rads quicker. The less armor pieces you have equipped.
Yeah, so I won't do anything horrendous to you guys, but you would need to, if you want to. Now, again, this is like you're not sure yet what the radiation levels are in this area. You could be fine, or it could be completely overwhelming. There's just no telling without getting eyes and sensors down there to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I think that if we take enough Radaway and Rad-X for each individual, we should be okay. At least to find out.
Yeah, Gene's not a huge fan of rads unless it comes in the form of Nuka-Cola. So I think I'd be good to do recon to see how bad it is, and if it's too bad, I would be like, I want to beef up my rad resist on my power armor before we go back. Actually, I have a rad suit, so
The hazmat suit, but then you could not wear your power armor.
right. So
Yeah.
again, recon, but having that as a backup if we're soaking up too much rads. It's like, nope, I'm gonna hop in this thing.
Yeah. When we figure that out, I want to up. We'll get 7 normal Rad-X and 8 normal Rad-Away out of the Raven Watch inventory.
Okay. Hold on to those numbers for 1 second while I find the entries. X right away. All right. How much of the Radix?
7.
7, so 93 left. And right away.
8.
Okay. Who else has taken any?
I'll grab 5 apiece.
5 apiece. All right. 1 moment. That leaves 88. 87. Okay. And Slash?
I'm gonna take a laser rifle.
Okay.
Oh.
And 50 fusion cells.
Really?
There are no fusion cells.
What?
Nope.
There are fusion cores? No cells.
I may have taken them all.
Yeah, Eugene's
I
been
can,
using them.
You see me just fiddling with my laser rifle.
Can I have a few? I don't. These cores. I don't know too much about these cells. Oh, wait a second. I got 104. I'm good.
The the local Brotherhood quartermaster is also there. He kind of looks at you, sees you, counting your cells, and he just from behind his cage, because the Brotherhood builds up a cage around their quartermaster and everything. He just picks up a huge crate of fusion cells and just kind of sets it down on the counter with a loud thump, and pulls one out and just kind of sits there, leans against the counter, and just starts tapping the fence with one of the cells until you look over.
Oh, you got a few of them there. I see.
I got quite a few. How many do you need?
I don't know. How much 100 BOS get me?
100 Brotherhood script. All right, let me pull up the calculator.
Sorry.
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
While you're doing that, Slash, you said you pulled out a laser rifle.
Yeah.
What you pulling that out for?
Well, I just wanted to see, I got a little bit better, my aiming and such. I think I could use a laser rifle a little bit better now.
Give this one a shot, and I'm going to hand you my troubleshooters.
Okay.
It's a tactical troubleshooters automatic rifle. See if I can. Yeah, there we go. If you want to look at that and let me know if you'd rather have that, because I got that plasma weapon.
Oh, looky. That's my old rifle.
The quartermaster says, you can get 66 rounds for 100 Brotherhood script.
Okay. I like that.
He starts counting out 66 rounds.
All right. Let me take the 100 BOS off. Right.
Were you going to take any of the Rad X or Rad Away?
I've got like a handful of each and some diluted, so I should have enough to keep me going, and then if not, then I think they grabbed it good. I don't even know why Uncle Jack's got Rad Away and Rad X.
Because he's the team medic.
Oh, I wasn't really thinking about that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay. Not to, I was like, why do you need that?
because you don't seem to.
Because you need that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You got the space to carry it, and you might need more.
A lot.
You might
more.
go down. I'll have this. So just plug in your eye so you can stand back up.
Oh, that hurt. It hurts.
I'm sure it does.
Let's see.
It gets right to the brain, so you don't turn into a feral ghoul.
Let's see. So did it transfer?
Put you down because you can't.
So how do I get the troubleshooter? Do I grab it from the?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you should be able to take it from the chat window.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh yeah, it moved it from Eugene to Slash going to the chat window.
Did it?
Right.
Okay.
Volts.
That's interesting.
Well, you're at
Oh,
it.
there it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Okay.
This one it's the same gun, but that's for if you're not shooting robots.
That's your original one there.
Oh, is it?
Slash.
Hold on.
Yeah, because the
tactical
experimental.
experiment. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'd given you.
Oh, here we go. Sorry. Don't take that one. Take this one. I think that's it. Yeah, burst piercing. Yeah, that should be the one that's not troubleshooters, I think. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I've created an army.
A flying army.
Yes. That's okay though. I've got anti-aircraft weapons.
All right, we all geared up. Taking it, we're going to go to the Texas National Guard base.
Well, that is the question. How close do you want to get? Are you going to attempt to do anything with the lead plating, or are you kind of just going to let that set until you scout things?
I was probably just going to scout first.
Okay.
Provided that it's not going to be super easy to cobble that together.
Yeah, not the easiest thing. They're
Yeah,
all
I wouldn't.
uncommon and common
I wouldn't burn all that
materials,
time. Then.
and you'd have to make one for each armor part. Which
Yeah, I wouldn't burn all that time. I'd
Yeah.
actually, I just realized why it only had torso on there. Because if you put all in there, then you put it onto one part and it covers everything, even parts it's not on. So whenever we create it and we add it, we need each individual mod has to have its name changed to the part that it's going on.
Right.
That's a little frustrating.
Okay,
I
so
hope they can find a better way of doing that.
potentially dumb question, but would Pathfinder work with the vertibird, or was that only on land?
And that's going to be only on land travel.
Okay.
Because with the vertibird, it's like straight line, pretty
Yeah.
much. On land, there is like, oh no, I know this building here is going to make the terrain too tough. So while that seems like a shorter route, we actually go this way, and we don't get holed up by that building being too tough. So yeah, in air, it's not going to be too helpful. Not that it's going to take that long. You're where I think you're going. It's 5.
It's like a day or so.
Yeah, not even a day. You're 5 counties away. If you go all the way into the county that Ellington and the TNG location is, you're right at 6 sectors, which is 1 day. So
Yeah.
you're all good.
All right. And so when we get the information and I can wrangle Slash's arm, put it
No?
in, try to put it in where, well, in the Pip voice is like, all right, here's this in the map, and
Oh yeah, I forgot we can do that sometimes. So uh, the damage on this is -1.
What?
like, thus,
On my troubleshooter and the sharpshooter. When I
Hang
get it equipped, it says -1 on the damage dice. I don't know why.
okay,
Right?
that
It is weird.
Mhm.
So that's why
Yeah, when
you
I
had
click
that
on
entry without anything.
when I click on the tactical sharpshooters, it just says new item, like the record's not there.
You click on it from where?
Yeah, and like if you click on it from the
From the chat window?
chat window,
Yeah.
either the troubleshooters or the tactical sharpshooters, it's just says new item.
That's because the link in the chat window is referring to the record that was on your character sheet, which technically no longer exists.
Ah, gotcha.
Which probably means you just created a couple of blank items in your character inventory.
Correct.
Yep, you got 2 at the bottom there.
My bad.
That's fine. No worries. So let's see if I can fix this real quick. Troubleshooters, tactical sharpshooter, automatic laser rifle. Unlock it. Fusion cell, damage rating of 4. Damage rating of 3. Why did it go down? Full stock, legendary property troubleshooters. Doesn't modify damage. Automatic barrel, that's why it takes the damage rating down. It's got something to do with that automatic barrel on this one, I think. Causing it to, because it's a -1. The automatic barrel does a -1 to the damage. And that's
To the
what's shown-
rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's showing up in your dice roll there, which makes me feel like maybe that is somehow affecting it.
Maybe. I don't know. But it should have the pluses for the other things or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it should still be a 3. Do me a favor.
Mhm.
That window where your weapons are at is just so small, and it's a huge scroll thing. Let's unequip some weapon. So that we don't have to scroll so much.
All right, give me a second.
I
Okay, I'll figure.
understand that you guys are like, you're just equipping all things that you may use, and you're taking the time in combat to swap weapons and everything, but it does get confusing to scroll that much when we're trying to figure out some things.
yes.
Why -1? Then this one. Oh, they're both automatic weapons. I bet you anything has something to do with the automatic barrel. So I'm going to take...
Receiver?
Yeah, the receiver. No, barrel. It's... On laser weapons, it's a barrel. For
Okay.
automatic. Regular weapons, yeah, it's a receiver. But laser weapons, it's a barrel.
Huh.
That's just something... that originates in Fallout 4. The way they decided to do it. I'm going to take it off of the not the troubleshooter ones, but the other one. I'm going to take off that barrel. Then lock it back up, and that fixed it. And then I'm going to put one back on it. Automatic barrel on, lock it, and now, okay, so we just got to take it off the other one and put it back on. It most likely somehow during the transfer from Eugene to you,
Yeah. Just
messed
gonna
with
pick
it.
up. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for fixing that. I appreciate that.
Yep, no problem. They're both fixed now.
Sweet.
turn it off and on again.
All
Some
right.
variation.
Yeah.
Some variation of that. Okay. So the vertibird requires fusion cores to run. I am placing some onto the vertibird. And it's, well, it won't let me drag and drop, so do this thing. We're not going to worry about doing individual charges on the fusion cores for the vertibird. It's just, eventually I'll say, okay, take one off. You guys can do it, I can do it, doesn't matter what. But you're going to start out with 10 fusion cores. On the vertibird, they're like, they're already slotted in, kind of like how you'd slot in rounds into a weapon or a magazine. The vertibird has its own little magazine at the back where you slot in fusion cores, and when one runs out, it ejects it and takes the next one in. And in fact, it technically has 2 slotted at one time, so that it can mid-flight swap, or put a new one in when one runs out. So you're going to start out with 10. You're going to be good to go for a while. I'll figure out later what an appropriate time period is for one to run out. So, where are y'all headed? How close are you going to get to the location that they indicated? Let me draw that for you. Do a circle.
Recommend personally. Actually, right. Well, not too terribly far from where that circle is. Just nearby, but not close enough for we all but land there. And then slog in.
About at least a half an hour walk or so.
Hour and a half to 2 hour, actually, maybe.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, close, but but not that close. I got you.
Not close enough that somebody can almost immediately just steal the vertibird and wander off with it.
All right. You taking Bane with you?
If we're concerned about high levels of radiation, he doesn't have the mutated tag.
He'll be fine. I'm not going to hit him with environmental radiation. We're not going to worry about that.
Okay. Yeah, then.
All right. We do need, remind me later, we need to level him up. Because you hit enough levels, he should be getting some extra stuff too. Same with Betsy
need
and...
to lose some rads.
What was that?
Also, he's got 4 rads that I can't seem to get rid of.
Huh.
Which...
You shouldn't have any right now. You only have those from during combat. That's interesting. We'll work on that later. It's not in the combat tab, in the combat tracker, so I'm not worried about it being there on his sheet. It doesn't affect the combat tracker.
Okay.
May have to create him again from scratch because they did an update to try and fix some companion things.
Okay.
All right, so you land about an hour and a half away from the circled area, and you begin making your way, I assume, to this spot.
Before we do.
Yes.
Once we land, I'm taking every one of those fusion cores out.
Right.
Okay.
Not letting somebody joyride in my vertibird.
You're not gonna just close the side doors and lock it up, and you have the only key.
I mean, if that's available, I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's available.
Tweet,
Okay.
tweet.
Good.
All right, I'll do that then.
All right. So the vertibird is closed up and locked. Not be started without the key fob that you have. And just so you know that the location where those fusion cores goes also has its own locked door as well internally.
Okay.
Where's the key? Where's the key? I don't know. We're running out of juice.
Hopefully you add more fusion cores to it when you get down.
I know.
two.
I'm just,
And I wasn't even thinking about having anybody steal it from you until you mentioned it. So
Yeah. Well,
lock picking is
That was my first thought. Actually, do we have any armed guards? Can we lock this? Grab all the fusion cores.
No, it would take a lot to get past these locks. And then the actual, to start the vertibird up and the lock that is to the fusion cores requires not only the key, but the actual fob part to be in close connection to work normally. So they're very difficult to get past.
If someone manages it, though, we need to have a quest named "Dude, Where's My Vertibird?"
Yes, absolutely. Is this is a location? Yes. Give me a moment. I'm having trouble understanding some of my notes here. Or lack thereof. Where did they go? So it's not, I didn't create it as a location record. Is it a note? Where did, there it is. There it is. That's why. Okay. I created it as a note record instead of a location record, which is backwards. I must have created it before locations were a thing with the Wanderer's Guide. All right, so you get here as you're beginning to move along. You realize that you technically have some information that the Crockett's men were wanting. You have tracked the vertibird now, and they were waiting for you to return with that particular information.
yeah. When we realize that, I'll look at Slash and Eugene. So should we take a trip to the Alamo and have a chat with some of our friends there before we go? Maybe picking a fight with somebody?
Oh yeah, we gotta let them know we're heroes. We found the information. Maybe there's a reward.
I mean, the more allies we have, the better. I'm good to go to the Alamo. Let them know what we found.
Do we want to be really cool and just drop in the Valkyrie right in the center square or something?
No.
I prefer to not have holes in this thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like I don't think we got a radio for them. Or signal or... Yeah.
Don't think so?
So I guess it'll take us about a day to fly over there.
Yeah. One day. Stupid vertibird.
and then a day to fly over to the other place. Okay.
All right. Everybody stretch your legs. Bathroom break before we head out.
All right. You make your way to the Alamo once again. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A day in the morning to get there. How would you like to proceed once you're there? You arrive. You're at the gates. The guards at the gates. You see them. They're not strictly Crockett's men. These guards. They are just the Alamo's city guard, that kind of thing. You do recognize one of the soldiers. He was there with the young man that you had that did some work on your power armor.
Yeah.
Also, is this the place where I bought that like that modeled gun, Crockett's
Mm,
gun or whatever?
yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. And
Okay.
when we show up, like, say hi and pull the Bowie knife. So I'm holding it later, not towards anybody. Well, this here got it damaged. I think the best person to fix it and rattle off the guy's name. So figured have a chat with him about this and put it away.
Yeah, they look at each other and say, "Well, he's not part of the town guard anymore. He's moved on. We're not entirely sure where he just kind of one day not part of the guard. But there's plenty of vendors and everything on inside down in the market square, Market Street. I'm sure one of them can take a look at that and fix it up for you."
All right. And so, yeah, when they let us through, guess try to find the lady that basically chewed out Slash for being too noisy about stuff, or just wander down the merchant's quarter, see who walks up and hands us a note.
Yeah, I guess I got my little toy gun that he gave me. Did we still have that, or did we have to give that up? I couldn't remember.
You should still have it.
Yeah. So I'll just like have it on my side, kind of like wearing it like it's a weapon or whatever.
Okay.
I would have offered to fix up the knife, but just stating like, yeah, I'm just now getting into the blacksmithing with melee weapons, so I'm a little new to it, but I'd be happy to take a look at it if you can't find anybody here.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
and would kind of like, we have a comm system between the armor, right? Or is that enough upgrade we haven't gotten?
Say that again.
We have a comm system like WhisperComm or something like that.
Oh yeah,
between
yeah.
the armor?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not making that
And-
upgrade. That's just built in.
All right, so quietly over that. He's our the guy I was talking about is our contact with people we wanted to talk to.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so see who approaches us, or see if we can talk to that lady, whichever would be more appropriate.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of a refresher. When that lady Gotcha. You had gone to like the town magistrate building or
Right.
government.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'd been very loud about, yeah, we're here to talk to these people, and she steered you away. You
Yeah.
also remember, stopping. She brought you by the one merchant where you got that little pistol at, and you got the Bowie knife from him as well.
Mhm.
Down in the merchant's area, and then from there she took you on to a restaurant, which is where you eventually had a short sit down with her. And then she left, and a waitress or a waiter, I don't remember which, left you a note of where to meet at, and that's where you eventually met up with Charles Zanko.
Yeah.
Outside of town, along with several other, at that point, Crockett's men, all wearing the coonskin caps and everything, very different from the actual town's militia.
Yeah.
And you also found out then that the young man that was part of the town's militia that helped you with the power armor was also part of it, but he is now apparently not part of the town militia anymore. So, with that information, where would you like to head?
I guess maybe the restaurant.
I seem to recall actually we'd been told to talk to that merchant.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what I was, thinking originally. Oh, you're saying the guard is not there anymore?
Yeah, the guard is not there anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Let's see if we can go find.
So as you get ready to enter the city, the town militia does remind you, gentlemen, we do ask that power armors all be left here. You get a ticket. It's yours. We won't touch it unless you hire somebody to come in and do repairs to it like you did last time. Although I don't know anybody right now that could do anything, but we do ask that it's all left here. We don't want any accidents, broken feet or anything like that while you're
Certainly.
wandering around the cities.
I'm going to hop out of my power armor and show just my missing arm. Be like, any way you'll allow it. For me, it's a little hard to get around with just one arm.
Oh, you little.
I mean, my charisma's really low. It might not work, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, gonna try. I don't blame you for trying. I was not anticipating pity me with the pity card.
Yeah, can
So
I
scrawny guy with no arm.
can I assist if there's a roll or anything?
It is gonna be a roll. It's gonna be a difficult roll. Somebody dying
I think
over
I
there?
killed. I think I killed Sean.
Don't die on us. I don't have an NPC.
And it is
to-
perfectly legit for Eugene to be like, yeah, I don't want to lose this.
Yeah, don't make me run around without the power armor. And I'll also be nice and be like, it's a little hot out here, and I'm gonna offer them a Nuka-Cola.
They very quickly decline the Nuka-Cola. There's we're town militia. We do not take anything. We understand you're not exactly trying to bribe us. It's on the line, considering the current situation we find ourselves in. But I'm afraid we just cannot take it. We appreciate it, but we are handled. Go ahead and roll your charisma / you can assist, but none of your perks will help with this because you're assisting Eugene. The difficulty is 4.
Okay. I understand, and I'll go ahead and knock one of those Nuka-Colas back. Because I'm sick of giving you AP. And 20 and
I mean, increasing the complication range. It's maxed.
And I'm sorry, what was the roll?
The charisma, it'll have to be barter? Or is there speech?
Speech.
Their speech.
Speech.
Mm. Cautious nature. I'll do cautious nature and a luck point. Actually, just roll them both again.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
All right. Son of a gun. All right. They.
This is why I built my character. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. The Alamo is the place for you. All kinds of negotiations. They step aside for a moment. Yeah, there's several other guards around, so they don't have to be right on the gate the entire time. So they step off to the side and talk to themselves for a moment. A third militia member comes over. He's standing a little bit taller. He's not carrying a rifle like these guys are. He's just got the sidearm. So you're thinking maybe an officer or supervisor or something like that. They speak with him for a moment. Then he comes over. They kind of are flanking him a step and a half behind him. He looks at you, Eugene, your arm, the power armor, and he sticks his head around enough to where he can see down your left arm, right?
Right arm, I believe.
Right arm. Okay. So he sticks his head around enough so he can look down the right arm of the power armor to kind of see how you got the connections set up and everything. Where exactly are you storing your actual prosthetic hand?
In the bag.
In the bag?
Yeah, the backpack.
Let me do one thing here. Spell things correctly. Go with him. And we'll use survival because that's what we always use for perception, right?
mm-hmm.
Which he doesn't have that, so we'll use. That's not working. Come on. All right, I gotta just roll d20s normal. Then I'll know what the target number for. Yeah, but not. Oh. No. Okay. He looks like he after looking down the arm and seeing the connections and looking at your arm, seeing a match up. I suppose we can allow it for now. However, if we get too many complaints, we'll have to ask you to come back and leave it here.
All right. Thank you. Just so you know, I am Brotherhood. So if there's any trouble while I'm here, you'll have my help.
We understand that. We also, if we have trouble here that the militia can't handle, we have the help of every civilian, or every citizen here. And he gestures around. You notice now that everyone is strapped. From the youngest you see strapped is probably around 15, 16. And everything above that, everybody, 15, 16-year-olds, they're carrying sidearms. You got civilians who are just like, this guy, he's over there, he's the blacksmith, but he's got a rifle strapped around his back. Like, everybody's packed. So we appreciate what the Brotherhood stands for, and so far seems to be accomplishing. We've handled ourselves for quite some time here. Nonetheless, if the power armor begins to become too much of a disruption, we'll have to ask you to bring it back and leave it here.
Understood. I'm happy to comply if it brings up any issues.
Very good. I hope
Uh-huh.
you enjoy your stay in our fair town.
And as that conversation is happening, Jack is like putting the rocket launcher in the suit along with the frag mines, well, the frag grenades, and the Ripper, and like, these go in here, and then turn the wheel and lock.
All right.
Just
If you don't know what's in there and where it's at, you won't know how to catch it the right way, and you might hit that button for the mine to go off. Whoops.
grenades, but still, that's well, a bag full of frag grenades, a missile launcher with like a load of missiles, and like they don't want me wandering around in town in theory with this stuff, so I'll stick it in the armor.
Well, you're not entirely sure. I mean, like I said, everybody has weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they're not carrying around bags full of grenades and mine, but you've seen a couple missile launchers.
Okay. Just
Yeah, some of them, a lot of the missile launchers are on sale, but you do see a few people just casually got a missile launcher strapped on their back.
right. Still.
All right. So Eugene scrambles back into his power armor. Scrambles, or do you go more like normally, trying to hide? Like, oh, I feel terrible outside my power armor.
I'll be scrambling.
Scrambling. Okay. Eugene scrambles back in. As you turn after Slash and Jack have stowed their power armors in the what essentially is an armory, but it's a public armory that is guarded by the militia, and everything gets tagged so they know who it belongs to. You have your tag that only matches up to your stored gear. You turn back around, you begin heading into the city proper, and as you do, Eugene, you realize that the streets are so packed once you get past the what essentially would be the main courtyard of entering the city, the walled city. The streets are so packed, you're having a hard time keeping up with Slash and Jack without pushing people over and stepping on their feet.
Okay.
I need you to take a let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be an athletics check.
And
With
could we help
agility.
them out? You know, to
No,
kind of give them some space. You know,
Not-
like create
no.
a.
nope.
Nope.
This
No.
is happening before anybody even is realizing exactly, because you're swept up into the crowd. Slash and Jack are swept up almost immediately because they're on foot, and you, Eugene, are kind of on your own at first here. So it's gonna be an agility athletics check to try and not step on anybody or push them over.
Okay. And just so you know where my head's at, like I'm good to just kind of get separated pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to I got to keep up. It's like if we get separated, I got comms or whatever.
Yeah. It was a difficulty too. You've got one success. Would you like to do any kind of re-rolling?
Yeah, I'll use luck.
There we go.
All right. So you're at first you're like, this is not going to work out well. I'm just going to stay at the front gate. But then you turn your head to look. It's like, oh no, I've already got 50 people behind me. Where do they all come from? And you turn back around. You catch sight of Jack. He's the most easy one to pick out because he's wearing the whole cloak to kind of cover up the whole glowing ghoulification going on there. So you attempt to start stepping that direction, to at least go in the same direction they're going. And you hear a kid's like, "Mommy, look at that tall thing. It's like the thing the militia guys have when they're guarding the wall." And you turn your head to see where the noise is coming from, and there's this kid who you can barely see the curls on the top of his head now because he's standing so close to you, and you can't like look directly down while in power armor. And then you look up and the mom's eyes just go wide. It's like, and she leans down out of your line of sight and comes back up. And now here's this kid, curly hair and everything out on the same level as her head. And she just kind of backs up. I was like, and they let him walk around in here? I was like, it's too crowded for that. But you were able to, take a few steps forward and somewhat keep up with Jack and Slash and the flow of the crowd. And that child does not have a broken foot. Does not have a broken foot. You didn't step on him.
Yeah.
You will be continuing to make these checks as we continue on, and as long as you're in the power armor.
Okay.
You all begin making your way towards the market street. As you are swept up into the crowd, you quickly find your way through. The groups are going one way and the groups are going the other way. They do a decent job of travel on the right hand side of the street. But when you're crossing, trying to get to the other side because you're going to go this one direction, you do have to fight a little bit of going across the flow of traffic. You make your way to the side as going towards the market street, and you hear the stuttering steps of power armor and just dancing around people, not trying not to bump into them or step on their feet or anything. And you hear gasps here and there, kids exclaiming, "Oh, look at that!" Very excited. The kids are all very excited to see the power armor walking around in the streets. It's an unusual thing for them. But you make your way, and you get to the beginning of the market street. And the crowd begins to thin out a little bit as they're all moving a little bit slower. They're spread out a little bit more, using the center of the street instead of strictly being on one side or the other, while they're all just kind of browsing the market stalls. Jack, give me a perception survival. That's the best thing we got to look for your contact, or at least what you're trying to use as your contact in the vendor.
Okay. Perception survival?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure. Alright.
And it'll be difficulty 2. Which you acquire easily enough. You see him. He's not in the same spot he was originally. He has moved across the street and down a few stalls, which means you are going to have to fight through the crowd a little bit more to get to him. Which brings us to Eugene. We need another athletics agility.
And can I recognize he's struggling?
You've heard the footsteps. Before you roll, Eugene, Slash, you're gonna have a difficulty 3 attempt to recognize that he's actually struggling and may need some assistance here. So perception survival,
okay.
Please.
All right.
I do want to mention. I think we should have gotten an action point for that charisma check. Went into difficulty 4.
Oh, it was, yes. You did get 5. I didn't have the total number there, so I forgot to add up your total successes. Slash, you are a little too distracted by all the crowds, and just like you're hearing all the kids exclaim how exciting it is to see the power armor and everything. So you're not really recognizing, oh, it's an issue. You're you're just excited that the kids are enjoying it. You're looking, oh man, I wish I could have brought mine and all the kids. I could give the kids piggyback rides and everything. And it's going past your notice that the parents are
Excuse
not
me, pardon me.
exactly enthused with this big old power armor trying to traverse through such thick crowds. Eugene, the difficulty level is reset for your check now.
Okay.
There goes that action.
Yeah. I
That's
wanted
why
to
he's
say
asking.
beforehand, if Slash wanted it, it was fair game. Uh, all right. So, and you said it was agility athletics.
Yep, agility athletic. Dadgum. Figured you at least have to re-roll something.
I mean, I did that first time.
Yeah. All right, I am. Oh, Dad, why do I get spammers? I'm at this moment. I'm a little bit out of success descriptions. You
I'd
once
say
again navigate your way
I'd say
through.
like after almost breaking that kid's foot, I'm kind of sliding my feet a little bit more as I walk, kind of slowing down a bit. Like, really don't want to cause trouble.
Yeah, that is a good descriptor. Bot spamming. However, as you slide your feet, it does increase the noise. Slash and Jack, you both hear this. You're now hearing metal scraping on rock, the cobblestone, and everything here. And you start to hear a few more people starting to have, comments about the noise and everything. You get to your vendor. He looks up. Once you're there, you realize you recognize him. You thought you recognized him from a distance, and once you're there, you recognize him. That yes, this is for sure the guy. And he looks up at you and says, "Gentlemen, welcome back. I see you have. I assume that the tall man, the tin man over there with the horrendous noise is with you as well."
Yes, he's with the Brotherhood and kind of lean in. He has a bit of a problem with being outside of. It's a very, very, very heavy security blanket.
I see. Yes, we've actually had similar issues with some of our militiamen. They get assigned the power armor, and then when they get transferred to another unit that doesn't use power armor, they just get so we got people that work with the brain that could talk to him maybe.
Yeah. And I pull out the Bowie knife. This got broke a little while ago and got some repairs, but figure since you guys seem to be people who do this stuff, maybe you can look this over and maybe even talk to a common acquaintance. Boy, dang it, word is escaping me.
Crockett.
No, don't want to say that out loud. A mutual acquaintance of ours, Mr. Carl. We got some information he wanted.
Yeah, you better not say much more, he says as he takes the Bowie knife and rotates it around in his hands. I'm not one that's privy too much as is part of the design. And I'm is unfortunate that no one gave you the full protocol. As he's looking at it, and you look at the rest of the table, you see he has no Bowie knives on display at all. And as you think about it, you realize that he didn't have any on display the last time you were here either.
No.
And he takes the broken one and he puts it underneath the table. And since you're not fully, I'm gonna have to make a judgment call. And he pulls out a brand new Bowie knife from under the table. Hands it over to you and says, "Yeah, give me a couple of caps in a bag, so nobody knows how much."
All right.
You call that a knife? This is a knife.
I see you're aficionado of the old world boats.
All right. So, hang on.
Yes, Jack.
Find because I actually want to hand him the proper value of this. All right.
I know he took the broken one, dashed it.
Yeah.
And this is, you understand what's happening, right?
Yes, I do. I just
Okay.
all right. Need calculator.
Oh, don't worry about don't worry about the actual amount.
Oh. Okay, I was figuring
Yeah.
to hand him about 20.
Okay, I mean if that's what you want to do, because he's just like he uses like just a couple of caps in a bag, so nobody knows. They don't see the number, so no one else can see the number of caps. He's just wanting it to look like a transaction. That's the yeah. Because if you remember, the lady had told you, this guy, buy a Bowie knife from him. Ask him about them. Buy one from him. Which was, that's just the, okay, so I'll just break it down. In the old days of spy crafting, it was like you put a chalk mark on a mailbox, and then your handler sees that and they know to meet you in one certain place. This is the chalk mark. Doing a transaction involving a Bowie knife.
Yes.
So the number of caps has no bearing on.
No, but I figure he might actually have more use of it than me at this point.
Okay.
And yeah, so hand that over, and
So he takes the caps and tosses them down into his his storage area and hands you the Bowie knife. You now got a brand new Bowie knife, unbroken and everything. It's all good.
yeah.
And then he looks at you and is like, "Probably don't know the next step." He says under his breath, "Go get yourselves some lunch at that same restaurant. It'll be handled from there."
Thank you for your time.
That's good, because I'm starving.
And yeah, head off.
All right.
How you doing? Oops, sorry. I was
Go
just
ahead.
going to say, how you doing, Eugene?
Eugene finally catches up to you as you're saying that, and you hear the metal feet scrapes on the concrete, and the vendor kind of sees him there, and is like, he just turns his head, squeezes his eyes, and says, "Yeah, that's I guess it saves the feet, huh?"
I think I look more nervous than I would if I was out of the power armor. Worried about hurting other people, stepping on. I'm doing all right.
So as you turn to go to the restaurant, Eugene, I do need to get another agility athletics from you. The difficulty has increased because you're now creating an actual noise as well with the dragging of the feet.
Do I now? recognize?
Unless Eugene says something, no.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll if we're getting moving, but can some of y'all just look out in front of me, look around my immediate area. I don't step on nobody.
Oh, sure. I'm gonna just like put my hands to my mouth and cup it around. Hey,
And I happen to
everybody!
hand over, like, and just flip my hood down. Like,
What'd you do? You
pardon
stopped
us.
me?
Yes,
Did
pardon
you?
us.
Okay.
And just
Okay. All
need to
right.
make a scene. Just
Oh,
Oh, come
all
on,
right.
make a scene. Do it.
He stopped me, so I got hey everybody, and then he stopped me. I'm, what? Okay.
All right,
All
people
right.
do
Well,
look a little bit, and they look back. You realize that the ones that are still lingering with their looks, the militia members, not necessarily in any kind of like, oh, we're watching over. It's not martial law or anything like that. They're just
keeping the peace, nothing
keeping the
special.
peace. They're doing a patrol, kind of like the police would just be walking around.
Sure.
In case anything pops off, they got a patrol that's in the area that can get to it quickly. But the nearest patrol is like they've stopped. They're whispering to each other and they are staring intently at the three of you.
And if I'm getting help to watch my immediate surroundings, I'd walk normal.
Okay. So we'll. I'm going to keep the difficulty at 3, because this is you're still relying on them, so you're watching for cues from Jack and Slash about where you can step and everything. So you're still not getting to walk like normal. Like your feet get to move normally, but before you take your next step, you're looking to one or the other of them, depending on which foot you're moving, to make sure that the path is clear.
Okay. All right, and agility, athletics. And I'll re-roll 16.
Okay.
All right. So you're able to make it to the other end of the market street without stepping on anybody or having many issues at all. You still got a lot of people looking at you. A lot of the kids are saying things. Some people are grunting and griping that their flow of traffic is being disrupted by Jack or Slash trying like, hey, make way here, make way there. They're not too happy about that. And Jack and Slash, I would like both of you. It's still gonna be a difficulty 3 because your primary focus is keeping the way clear for Eugene. But I need both of you to do a perception survival check.
Okay, I'm gonna lock that.
All right. Not success.
Yeesh.
All right. You're able to keep things clear enough for Eugene, but aside from knowing the general direction you're going to get to the end of the market street and get into the flow of traffic that's going to take you to that same restaurant, you don't really notice anything else that is going on.
Right.
Now, before we move on to the next leg of the journey, is there anything any of you, the three of you, would like to do as you prepare to walk the next block or so to this restaurant?
Kind of mentioned to Eugene, it probably would have been better to leave the armor at the gate, because we're getting an awful lot of noise about this already. And somebody might come wandering up to us and say, you need to go back and put it away. So
Yeah, I didn't realize it was so crowded. I might just hang back next time.
all right.
Can I say I'd like to, if I can, you'll see where I'm going with this. Hopefully, I think he's doing a really good job. Maybe we just need to do a better job watching out for him and stuff. I mean, Eugene, I think you're doing awesome and stuff. Maybe you should be a little bit more encouraging and try to be helpful and stuff instead of being all negative and in the guy 2020 vision and all that good stuff. I'm trying to rally the group.
Yeah, I see that. It's doing something else too.
I understand. There's that. I'm leaving the open area for complications.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'll describe it. Okay. So, yeah, it's gonna be the Christmas speech. I'm gonna have to put the difficulty at just based on, without asking you guys directly. I'm just gonna go based on your in-character conversation so far. I'm gonna have to put the difficulty at 3 based on your current morale status.
All right.
So / difficulty 3, charisma speech.
Yep. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, smooth talker. When you make a speech test as part of a opposed test.
This is not opposed.
All right. And junkyard vendor wouldn't do anything because I'm not trying to. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Not trying to sell anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell. I'm just trying, looking at all my little blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. One moment. Okay. Is the morale because why are we and I'm searching for something here. Why do we have a low morale about it? Because of what I was saying?
No. So I did not take your speech into account on that. It's mostly the conversation between Eugene and Jack, and Eugene's current status of having, he's had to scrape the power armor feat originally, try and get past some things. So that he's not too happy with that because he's scraping up his power armor. I know I'm ascribing some thoughts to Eugene there a little bit, but it's also based off of previous interactions he's had with the power armor. He doesn't like it getting damaged too much, especially when it's not a combat related damage. So this is that's where I'm pulling that from. I was like, Jack is seeming a little bit annoyed at he should have just left the power armor there, and he's voiced that to Eugene, and Eugene's like, next time I'll stay in the back. So he's a bit annoyed at having all this crowd and everything. I was like, I wish I'd known, I would have stayed back. So that's where all the
Gotcha.
Not necessarily low morale, like everybody's sad and depressed, but difficult to bring them into a rallied position from those current minds.
Sure.
Yeah, my headspace is I'm not being negative, I'm being practical.
Right.
Kind of deal.
So my fish here is the parallax touched. Uniquely exceptional, resilient to intimidation, fear, and despair.
Okay.
And I'm trying to utilize that energy to, convey that we can make it past this. We've suffered. We can do this. We've done worse, or survived through worse, kind of thing. Like I said, I'm just fishing.
No, I'll give it to you because I actually have that worded generically enough. the first part that's the actual mechanical part. You may re-roll any d20s once on checks involving mental states, and you are trying to rally them to attempt to change their mental state.
Right.
To one of the, we can do this. I had originally intended it would just be your mental state, so like you could
Right.
use this to help yourself if you got hit with a syringe that affects your mental state. But I didn't word it strictly enough to do that. So yeah, go for it. That will allow you to re-roll one or both of the d20s once each.
Okay.
Or if you buy more
oops.
d20s, those get re-rolled once each as well.
Give me a second. I don't have speech tagged, so these aren't going to generate unless I crit. Yeah. So I bought a point.
Okay. Yep, it automatically gave me the extra there already.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Oh, look at all that nastiness.
Mm-hmm.
So I can re-roll those 2 16s?
Yep, using the parallax touch, you can re-roll those 2 16s, but that is the only time they get to re-rolled. Like you can't re-roll one,
Right, yeah. You can,
and then luck it
right.
as well. It's still limited
I
one
understand.
at a time.
Yeah.
But the parallax touch lets you do it without having to spend other resources. All right, came back with a 14 and a 3. So no success there. You give your speech, which you have already done. And Jack and Eugene both, they kind of look at each other, then look back at you, and there's like, this is not the time to rally together. We're not in a fight or battle or anything. I'm not going to put too many words in their mouths, but that's the kind of, the idea that they convey to you is like it's not the time for that. I mean, we're just... This is just traffic.
Eugene probably describes more of the problematic,
Yeah, he goes into the practical. Like it's just like there's too many people around. Power armor is not meant for confined spaces. As the three of you are sitting there discussing that, and you even kind of branch off, going a little bit of a rabbit trail. I was like, when you do rallying speeches at times like that, trying to tell you exactly how it is, like, and we know you haven't been around a lot of them yet, but this is the way you do it. A couple of militia officers, approach, and as they do, they get your attention, and as you're kind of shutting down your conversation and looking at them, you look around and also see that a lot of people are just kind of staring at you. You did kind of come to a stop here, and the flow of traffic got disrupted, and there's people going around you. They get up near you, and then they have to wait for the other line that's next to them to let them in and get around. Kind of like a traffic jam, like rubberneckers watching a car wreck on the other side of the road, things like that. The officers come over and say, we understand there was an agreement at the front gate about allowing you to bring the power armor in, but unfortunately it's becoming too much of disruption for the daily life for our citizens. We appreciate that you took the extra care to not cause any kind of physical harm accidentally or otherwise to anybody, and but just the side effects of what you're having to do to not cause that harm is too disruptive to the common peace around here. So we'd like to politely ask you to come on back to the front gate and drop it off in the storage bin, and then you can come back in and enjoy the city. We don't want to kick you out or anything. We just would like you to enjoy it the same way the rest of our citizens do.
Well, part of the agreement was to allow me in this armor at your discretion, and that's what I agreed to. So, no hard feelings. I'll accompany you back.
We thank you for cooperating. It's not often when we get strangers who are just cooperative in that way, and we really appreciate that. We will continue the way that you've been here, disrupting a little bit just to get you back to the front gate without any incident. That way you don't have to worry too much about hitting anybody. We'll clear the way in front of you you know, to get this over with as quickly and easily as possible. So they
Sounds
escort
good.
you back. They you know, Jack and Slash also come along with you, and you know, they're now, you know, with 4 of them, they're easier. It's much easier for them to kind of keep the way clear, and you don't have to worry about making any checks. They keep up the pace well enough, walking a little bit faster than normally would be able to, because you walk faster in power armor. So they're having to do a little bit of a trot there. But they get you back to the front. They show you a spot for your power armor. They pull out the tags and everything. They start tagging it up, and hand you your owner's side of the tag. Anything you guys would like to do while that is going on?
I will say I'm intentionally not putting my prosthetic arm on.
Okay.
Like through the whole area, unless we get into like, you know, combat or something like that. I'm gonna leave it off.
Aside from giving Bane scritches, not really.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look around and see, and try to notice if anybody's been like following us since the guards have been with us.
No. You don't recognize anybody. I mean, there's a few faces. Oh, I saw that face before, but they're just in the traffic that's moving around. Like they're, you know, they got done at the stall that they were shopping out. And now they're moving on to somewhere else. Nothing to the point. It's kind of like running into the same person twice at Walmart.
Yeah.
You know,
That happens a lot.
yeah. So nothing major sticks out to you as like, oh, this person is definitely following us or watching us or anything like that.
Okay.
So you're all clear, probably just to head back to the restaurant and proceed from there, unless there's something else you guys want to do before you head there.
Oh, I'm getting real hungry now.
Sorry for the detours, guys.
Yeah. Well, half figured it was gonna happen, and do the proper common courtesy, like thank you kindly, and head back to the restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, and pull my hood back over my head.
When did you pull it off?
As we're starting to escort.
Okay. So yeah, let me add a little bit to that because I missed that part.
Yeah.
You get a few extra looks, but because you're not like full on glowing, it's just like, oh, I didn't know that was a ghoul. Is the feeling you get. You see other ghouls here. They don't seem to have any actual a diversion to ghouls, but you are getting just a few extra glances from a combination of like, oh, we didn't know that guy was a ghoul, and your skin is closer to that of a glowing one rather than just the standard ghouls that are around here. So it's at first it's like, glow it? Oh no, it's not. He was just with these guys, and you know, probably didn't know that we don't care that he's a ghoul, and that's why he was covering up. And now, yeah, so nothing, you know, no major issues there.
After a couple 100 years, you just kind of get used to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just strike up a random conversation with Jack, and just seem friendly, you know. So this guy that's missing an arm is comfortable enough to, you know, be buds with this guy.
All right. So as you make your way back to the area where the restaurant is, you make your way in. You have a seat. The waiter comes around. You don't recognize any of the waiters here. Whichever waiter it was that dropped off the note the last time is not either not on shift or does not work here anymore. They drop off the menus for you. There's a variety of items that you can choose from. Iguana on a stick, some rat scorpion stuff. There's a few Deathclaw items available, but you see that their prices are pretty high, for obvious reasons. Is there anything in
Don't
particular you
see
guys would like to
anything
try to
new?
order?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna ask, I'm looking for something spicy. A red scorpion or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
red scorpion would be. They could spice it up for you.
Do you have anything potentially that's not irradiated?
Not irradiated.
Most all of it, because
Well, no, even the baked. Hold on. There's some level of some of this food that once it's made, it's no longer
yeah, I was
irradiated.
kind of trying to get to that part. Weapon, still weapon, apparel,
Steak.
outfits.
There's a hermit crab steak. That is, after it's been cooked, it's no longer irradiated.
Most stuff actually, the radiation goes away after.
The
properly
first
dealt
one I
with.
clicked on didn't, for some reason. Like the baked boat fly does not lose the radiation once it's baked.
Huh.
And that was the first thing I clicked on. I was like, oh, there's baked. No, it doesn't go away, really. But boat fly
It's not
meat.
supposed to be.
No, boat fly meat's still irradiated.
Yeah, I think like bloatfly and rad roach, like the quote unquote gross stuff, is still irradiated when cooked.
There's Brahmin meat. We got brain fungus on the list, but it's irradiated. Carrots are irradiated. Oh, here's a carrot that's not irradiated. So they do have a couple of those. There's some items that they will list on the menu as not irradiated or fresh is what they'll call it. And then you'll just your basic survival knowledge, Jack. Between the three of you, Jack being the primary one, you'll know that a lot of the cooked stuff is going to be irradiation free as well.
Right. Yeah. And I think somebody did some wrong data entry. Looks like all the cooked stuff is showing up not irradiated in the book.
Oh, that'll be.
Yeah, just order like a Brahmin steak or something like that.
Yeah.
Provided it's not irradiated.
For some reason, the Brahmin meat's actually showing up as irradiated.
Yeah, the Brahmin meat straight is, and it doesn't seem to have a cooked version.
It's supposed to have one. Oh, the cooked version is ribeye steak, which is no longer irradiated.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard to find. A lot of it is like, oh yeah, cooked whatever steak, but Brahmin steak or Brahmin meat becomes ribeye steak.
Right.
Okay, so for simplicity's sake, maybe you all order ribeyes.
Yes, please. 40 each.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want the rad scorpion steak.
The rad scorpion steak. It can be spicy, yeah. Yeah, you can get that. It's 65.
Yeah, I see that.
And actually, if there's anything you guys are wanting that does effects like slash, if you get that red scorpion steak, that effect lasts until the end of the next scene. So the next
that's awesome.
scene, which will be the next session. It should last you until the end of the next session, unless we somehow get into multiple combats between now and then.
Gotcha.
And that is on your combat tracker effects list as well, which is awesome. I don't have to remember it
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. That's why I did that. I was like, I'm going to forget, dude.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and put this and consume, and it'll put a tracker, and hopefully, yeah, all right, cool.
Let's see. Who else is getting what?
Ribeye.
Ribeye?
Yeah, I'll get the ribeye too.
Okay. The ribeye has no effects, so it's just straight food. All good. What do you guys want to drink? They do have purified water.
Yeah, well. Down.
Yeah, I'll take purified water. I'm a little jittery. The Nuka Cola.
Okay. Purified water will do. Has no effects on it. It will heal 3 HP, but you guys are at max health already.
Yeah.
So, and it's just they purify their own water here, so it's actually only 10 caps. They've got a surplus and everything, so they actually can lower that price.
Would they have a would they have a Nuka cherry?
Nuka cherry. Let me look at the rarity.
No. Rarity.
Ooh, 3.
Yeah, 3.
What are we supposed to
Or just
do
a
for that?
Nuka.
Well, they'll have a couple of Nuka Colas.
Colas, yeah.
But for the charity, you can actually do a roll. And if they got it, great. If they don't have it, you can just get the base. You want to do a perception survival? Or I'll have to look at the rules again to remember. We haven't done that in a while. But there's specific rolls you do against the rarity as the difficulty to see if the item exists in the area. But for this one here, we'll just do a perception survival. Since it's rarity 3, your difficulty is 3. Oh, there you go. They find one, and you're able to, yeah, you can have that. You can drink it now with your meal or save that for later because it's a +2 AP effect.
Yeah, I'm going to save it for later.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
They do find it because of its rarity. I'm actually going to increase the price.
Okay.
Rarity, yeah. Rarity 3 is going to start to 10%, so it's going to be 44 caps. Think about redoing my rarity price increases.
5.
You said 44. Okay.
Yeah, 44. The next Fallout campaign I'm going to do, the rarity, add a 0 to the rarity, and that's how much the price will increase, percent-wise. So Nuka Cherry at rarity 3 will increase by 30% instead of just 10%.
If they have it on the menu, dirty water.
Dirty water?
Mhm.
They're like, it's not on the menu, but I can go and fill up a glass from the drain, the gutter drain. It rained a few days ago. Now that water coming out, it's dirty, or do you want it dirtier? Or do you mean dirty with alcohol in it?
Oh, well, if it's not on the menu, I won't do with the purified then. I'm not trying to put anyone to any particular effort.
Okay, well, they bring out a purified one. It doesn't take radiation away from you or anything. It just
No, just
it would heal you if you had damage.
immune. It's not like to. Anyways,
Drake takes gutter juice. Yeah, I didn't mention it earlier because I was in the middle of a monologue, but we have a new follower, Drake Takes. He
Yeah.
also runs some Fallout campaigns and 5e campaigns on
Oh,
Fantasy
sweet.
Grounds, and he streams them as well.
Oh,
Thank you for the follow, Drake.
Cool.
And, I hope I can get the chance to check out your games.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Appreciate you coming here. Check out ours.
Excuse me.
All right. So you got your meals. You sit down. You got your meals, your beverages. Slash, are you going to get extra beverage since you're saving that Nuka? If so, deduct the money. They charge only 10 for purified water.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after you finish your meal, about an hour or so later, the waiter comes by and drops off the bill. You all put your caps in the middle, and he comes back by and counts the caps and then leaves you your copy of the receipt. Very like the Alamo settlement here has really done a good job of recapturing a lot of the things that made civilization before the Great War. And at no other settlements have you guys had the experience of sit down restaurant, pay after you eat, get a receipt, have actual waiters that are coming around and checking on you throughout the entire meal. It's kind of a great luxury to have that here at the Alamo settlement. But you can check your receipt. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna throw an extra 10 caps the waiter's way.
Okay.
Thank him for the service, his experience.
He bows, or not like a full-on bow, but the head nod, a little bit lower than just a typical greeting head nod, and you say, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate that." And it seems to have caught him a little bit off guard to get a tip. It doesn't seem like that's the norm here. But he does accept it graciously. He's not part of the militia. He can't refuse, or he's not required to refuse it. So he takes it, and as you examine the receipt, you see on the back of it, or within a fold, that there is some instructions inscribed to meet near Camp Bullis at dusk.
Okay.
And that's the place we met him outside the city before?
No. There were
okay.
some ruins before that you met them at that was northeast of the city. But Camp Bullis is actually a little bit different.
Northwest.
Yeah, it's northwest. And a little bit further away than the original ruins were.
Okay, I see it here, yeah.
Right.
And you figure you've got several hours. You got plenty of time to get there. You did bring your vertibird here because you knew Alamo settlement was non-hostile or anything. Your vertibird is not even half a mile away from the outskirts. It's actually well within the not necessarily the city walls or anything like that. It's still outside the city walls, but it's within the protected perimeter that is the Alamo settlement. That's a tongue twister. Alamo settlement.
Yes.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, thank you.
All right.
I was never good with those 5 times fast things.
I know, right? And before we leave, Eugene, can you do me a favor? Can you say the name of that gun again?
Which gun?
The one with the long name?
Oh, this is my agitated, penetrating, recoil compensated recon targeting plasma rifle.
I love that. Sorry.
That's a great weapon.
It's just awesome.
I did notice, Eugene, that you unequipped all your weapons, so you have none listed in your combat tab now.
Yeah, I wanted to mention while I was in the power armor, I had just pretty much holstered it.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, if you did that because of what I said earlier, you didn't have to go that far.
Yeah, I cleaned mine up and just, I probably don't have the sledgehammer with me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to do in town before heading to your meeting at Camp Bullet? The slinky. Drake says it's a slinky.
What?
The agitated, penetrating, recoil, compensated, recon.
Oh,
Rifle. It's a slinky.
I like the name Agatha. That was nice. Yeah. Or something like that.
I have been flying for over a day straight. You think I can get a nap in before we head that way?
Oh yeah, that would be a good
Yeah,
idea.
actually look for a
Hotel? Motel?
yeah,
An inn?
more motel than proper
Hostel?
hotel, but yeah. Yeah,
Um,
something along those lines.
Bunkhouse. Actually, they're because it's the Alamo and all that. They're kind of adopting some of the older terminology. They got some. It's not used exactly right, but they have what they call bunkhouses. Ranchers used to use them for their hired hands, but this wasteland Alamo settlement, that's what they call their hotels or motels, is bunkhouses. So you find one. Since you're probably only staying a couple hours, unless you want to go and rent it for the whole night and come back here, spend another day or so, or another evening after your meeting. You can either get it by the hour or by the day. By the hour is going to be 30 caps per person. By the day is bunk. Bunk. B-U-N-K.
All right. The first time you said it just didn't sound right. So,
or you can go to the Rad Roach motel that Drake has mentioned, where you check in and they check you out. So by the hour is 30 caps a person, or by the day is 15 caps a person.
What was that again? By the who?
By the hour and by the day, you can get a couple of beds by the hour. If you just want to have a short rest before going to your meeting, that's 30 caps a person. If you want to rent a whole room by the day, it is 15 caps a person, as long as you get it for 2 days.
Oh, so it's a more expensive, but for a short stay is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you.
Because like if you're just going to be in this bed for 2 hours, then that means they got to, get somebody in there to clean it up for the next person that comes in. Whether that next person is going to use it for a couple hours or rent the whole room for a day, they're spending more time getting it cleaned up. Whereas if you rent it for a whole day, then it's more of a guaranteed for a day, and they don't have to get in there and clean it up as quickly or as often. So it's cheaper.
And also, those individuals who want to use it only for a few hours have to pay more.
Yeah.
Yes. Spend the night, and leave in the morning.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, you're supposed to meet them at Camp Bolus this evening at dusk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the couple hours, and then when we come back, we spend the night.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
All right. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds great. You said 30 caps?
15 per person.
15, okay.
Yeah, 30 is by the hour. 15 is by the day.
15.
So you'll secure it for the remainder of this day, and you get it for the following day, which comes to technically 30 caps per person, but you get it for 2 days because they do have a minimum of 2 days. But you did it by the hour.
I asked them if they take I'm sorry. I asked them if they take pre-war money.
I mean, yeah, he kind of mumbles around a little bit. And says, we can do it. Let me pull up my math again.
How about I got enough. I got 15 caps here. How much for the other day in this other script?
How are you so low on caps?
I'm not. I'm just being difficult.
No, you have 160 caps, whereas Jack has
Yeah.
7,000.
I basically sat on it for like most of the campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what
been
have I been
spending-
charging Slash?
Oh, I mean, I bought shotgun and then juked it all out, and
Yeah.
then I have bought a piece of power armor I found. I think I
Okay.
bought that,
Yeah.
and and stuff. So I have used spent.
And then the last quest you guys finish, you got a vertibird as a reward instead of any money. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right, so are you talking about trying to pay for the whole group or just yourself in pre-war money?
Just myself and the pre,
Okay.
So I spent the 15 caps, and then I'm like, well, we may not spend the other day here. I got all this stuff.
All right, so let's say it's going to be another 15 caps for the second day. Pre-war money is worth half the value.
So 30.
Yeah, it'll take 30 pre-war money.
Thank you.
Make me do math. All right. I suppose, Jack, you could also do pre-war money if you wanted to. They do not accept Brotherhood scripts, unfortunately. They're not the Brotherhood economy is not fully integrated into this area yet, or into the Texas wasteland at all just yet. They've only been here for a month or so at this point, really. So people are still getting used to the idea that, oh, there's another currency and we can get stuff with it over here. They're still looking at the Brotherhood as maybe like they'll do their thing and then they'll leave, and then we're stuck with this script that we can't do anything with. That's the current opinion of the Brotherhood economy.
Right.
So once you guys have adjusted all the caps, are you just going to rest until your meeting?
Rest
Yeah, that
until
sounds like a
time
good
for
idea.
death.
No need in splitting the party.
Yeah, don't do that to me.
Eugene has a nightmare that he pulls out his gun and it's just an agitated targeting plasma rifle.
Here. Lock characters, so I can share that every now and then. I don't know why I haven't had something like that already. All right. Dusk begins to approach. We're going to get through this scene and then we're going to wrap it up for the day.
Right.
Shouldn't take too long. It's just discussing things. Dusk approaches and you make your way to Camp Bullis via Vertibird. So you're able to leave almost just 5 minutes before dusk and get there with plenty of time to spare. You approach the old ruins of the base or the camp, and you see why.
I think I was panning by it and accidentally hit the right click. And
yeah, I didn't know it was on there as a token.
Well, I was trying to move the thing and it just did that, so I X'd out of it.
Okay. Yeah, just zoom in on his face.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, and it was covering stuff up, so I was like...
So you approach the camp. You see on some of the ruins, you see a couple of silhouettes of people in coonskin caps. You see the tail of the cap just kind of flapping in the wind a little bit. You see their laser muskets. Most of them have them drawn out in the ready position. As you get closer in, you see some other of these silhouettes on the ground. Their muskets are strapped across their back instead of at the ready position. They're kind of hanging around. If it wasn't for the fact that the fire pits and the cooking pots and everything were missing, you'd say these guys were just hanging out in a camp and getting ready to have their evening meal before turning in. But all the things that would make it a camp for them are missing. They all see you. You don't pass unnoticed in any form of any way. They see you almost immediately. And of course, you came in on a vertibird. So it's not too hard to miss you. Or to not miss you. As you get past the ones that are standing in the rubble and those are on the ground, kind of behind some of the rubble that's, there's a makeshift wall. You come around the corner and you see the first signs of anything that's, temporary or even semi-permanent. There is a table set up. Just
I knew it.
A long piece of wood kind of slapped on top of a pile of bricks that were, smoothed out enough so the table would sit flat. There's a couple barrels kind of around the table as seats, and you see a familiar face standing at the end as you come around the corner of this rubble and see the table and him.
It better not be.
No.
Go ahead.
No, it's this face here, Charles Zanko.
Okay.
The last time you remember speaking with him, he was with you at the settlement that got raided by the raiders. He's the one that threw the smoke grenade, got you to change into raider outfits so that you could blend in and then follow the imprisoned settlers and the raiders to where they met with the vertibirds, where they loaded up the imprisoned settlers, and you guys blew up one of the vertibirds, causing the rest of the vertibirds to turn against the raiders. Ring any bells?
Oh yeah, Jack did an awesome job with that.
Dang it.
No.
Yes, this was before your time. Eugene.
Yeah.
So for Eugene, this is your
Actually-
first time seeing this guy.
Yeah, this is something that happened dang it.
Yeah, a long time ago.
It's been a while.
Pre-parallax.
Before
Was it pre-parallax?
It was pre-parallax.
Post.
Post?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was before the Brotherhood even made their presence known. He sees you come around. He steps closer to the table and kind of just opens his arms, both of his hands out, and pointing at the barrels on either sides of the table as he takes a seat at the makeshift head of the table. It's been some time, my friends.
Yes, it's taken us a little while to get some information for you.
Indeed.
And gesture to Eugene. Here, this is Squire Eugene with the Brotherhood. We had to get their help to get the information you wanted. Well, and we need. And look to Slash. And if you would, please bring up that map with the
Aw. So I show off my Pip-Boy, even though I don't really want to, and show him the location on the map. What's that?
You had the Pip-Boy before we met him.
Yeah.
I know.
Will all of you be getting out of your power armor to sit?
Yeah, I don't think I'd have brought it to the meeting.
Okay. Would you have left it in the lockup at the Alamo or on the
In the vertibird.
In the vertibird. Okay. Slash, how about
Yeah,
you?
probably ditto. I'd probably ditto, but Eugene is fine.
Well, I'm just asking, what you're all
Yeah.
doing, just so I can
Yeah.
approach things correctly. So Jack and Slash left it in Vertibird. Eugene, that's you.
You know what my answer is.
So you're not sitting.
I'm rocking that power armor. No way.
All right. Charles Zanko, after the other two sit down, he looks at Eugene in his power armor, kind of expectantly, just waiting before he continues to speak, and doesn't give long. He's not one to sit there and force or wait for someone to do what he does. It doesn't bother him that you're not getting out there. Whereas other people, I have to show my force and make you get out of the power armor in order to before I even talk to you. He's not going to be that way. And there's no crowded streets here, so there's no safety concerns to worry about. It continues on after Slash pulls out the Pit Boy, and he hands over a holotape and says, "If you can put the data on this holotape, I can look at it on my own system here without having to crowd around your arm."
I kind of look over at Eugene. Yeah, sure.
I want to. There a way I can inspect or basically protect the Pit Boy from having anything download onto it that shouldn't be on there?
Excuse me. You would have to get out of your power armor to be able to do those fine manipulations to check the holotape before any of that. Before just uploading the data. You'll still have to put it into the Pit Boy, but you can basically look at what the holotape contains before executing any of it. But that's going to require a lot more fine manipulation of the Pit Boy's controls than you can do with your power armor. Sorry.
Reluctantly get out of it's in character. I reluctantly get out of my power armor and go and check that out.
Okay. The holotape, once plugged in, you go to the holotapes directory, and it's a completely empty holotape. There's nothing on it.
Okay. Let me check past the end of file marker. Yeah, that's all just. Okay. Yeah, just formatting data. Okay. Yeah, this is clean.
I expected it to be.
You upload the data from, or a copy of the data from Slash's Pit Boy onto the holotape. It gets handed back over to Charles Zanko, and he pulls out from his backpack that's been sitting next to him. He just kind of leans over and pulls out a Pit Boy. It looks to be very similar to yours, Slash, although it looks like it may have a few extra buttons. You're not sure if it's modified or just a different version. And I'm realizing now that Eugene probably would know, so now I gotta go look it up.
Yeah, I was about to scurry back into my power armor, and then I got a glimpse of it and just kind of peeked out from behind the back of my power armor.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah.
We don't have the different variations. Easily accessible right now. So, without going into great detail, because I don't actually have it, and it's not going to be that big a deal unless you guys really want to pursue something about it later. You do note that you think, Eugene, because it is kind of dark, and it is not hugely varied from Slash's Pit Boy. But you do think it may be the next generation, a little bit newer than Slash's Pit Boy. So
Oh, wait.
Charles straps it to his arm and slots in the holotape. And within just a few seconds, very deftly moving his fingers across the controls, perhaps even quicker than you are able to, Eugene, even when you had full use of both of your arms. He pulls up the green screen, lights up his face in that kind of sickly green color. As he scans things, you see his eyes narrowing and widening as he looks at different things in different font sizes. And then he shuts it off and leaves the pit boy on his arm, but lays his hands back down on the table. Now, this data matches up with some of what we have gathered, and we don't have tracking capabilities, but we have, visually with our own scouts, putting eyeballs on where these vertebrates are going. As far as we're able to track them, they obviously are much faster than we are on foot. But the area that you've spotted here as a possible hangar, it matches up with everything that we know about the direction these vertebrates go and where the majority of them come from again when they come back out into the known areas up here. And you believe that this particular signal is the vertebrate that Jammer was on?
That seems to be the case.
Now, from what we know, that area still has a high amount of radiation on the surface level. But we also are aware that there are a plethora of underground facilities in that whole area. It used to be a pre-war military base, and it was, as you know, targeted by a nuke. But they had underground facilities not just underneath the main base on the surface, but underground facilities stretching throughout the whole city areas there. So it is possible that while the main base is too radiated on the surface for anything, that they have modified one of the other underground facilities to have some kind of access for vertebrates to land at. It'd be easy enough for them to get in and out on foot, what they're originally designed for. How do you feel about investigating it?
Well, we were headed in that direction when we remembered to talk to you about the matter. So, we're more than happy to do so.
Well, I hope that working for and with the Brotherhood, and he gestures towards Eugene when he says that, will not, what's the word? Compromise your efforts and objectives with us. We'd like to know what happened with Jammer, where he's at, and why he would have betrayed us. Who else is out there that he may be working for?
Hopefully we can find that information and be able to get back to you and not wind up their body in the ground.
Indeed.
Did we ever figure out whose insignia that was
No.
on those vertebrates? Okay.
You have suspicions that it may be called the Enclave based on passing comments that Thompson had made, and General Sorka did also mention the Enclave as something the Brotherhood would want to look into after dealing with the Vault Tech issue.
Yeah.
But it's still, there's no connection to this yet.
Yeah.
Because you didn't see any logo on Jammer's vertebrate.
Okay.
You saw those logos on the ones when you were masquerading as raiders. That's the ones that had the logo.
Okay.
Well,
But they but the whole thing with them is so we stole the drugs uh from let's just say the institute, and then Jammer stole those from us, right?
You stole the drugs from some raiders.
Right.
The institute is not in my. The institute has not been used at all here.
yeah, it has.
Oh,
So
It's-
you stole the drugs from the raiders, and then Jammer stole them from you. Yes, when he killed the scientist. And you have seen some crates in some of the raider camps that you've assaulted that had that logo on there, and then you later saw that logo again on the vertibirds that were
Okay.
picking up the settlers, the prisoner settlers.
Mhm.
And when you first saw them on the crates is when Thompson was he looked at me like he recognized it. It brought up bad memories for him, etc. And then when they were seen on the vertibirds, I'm sorry, you saw them on the vertibirds first, and then you saw them on the crates, and then Thompson had his ordeal. And then later on, you spoke with Thompson and General Sorka again, mentioning the vertibirds and the crate, and then that's when they revealed to you, I was like, well, if it's who we think it is, it could be the Enclave, but that's a matter to deal with later because we have the Vault Tech thing to deal with.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and I would mention to Charles about we think that this is may or may not be connected to a group called the Enclave. And about all we know is the name, and that they seem to be bad folks.
I've heard rumors of the Enclave. Supposedly they're the last remnants of the American government. Their
And
objective
a
is
rather
to
suspicious
rule again.
sneeze comes out of Jack.
Say that? Huh?
A rather suspicious sounding sneeze comes out of Jack.
Okay, yeah, one of those. Right? The bull one.
Yes.
Bullsnit.
Yep.
And
Snit.
yes, I heard.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got the audio turned up way too loud in my ears, so I hear the enunciation.
Sorry.
Now you made me lose my train of thought. So, yeah, they're, from what we can tell, their objectives are far from anything that we would want. While we are here trying to preserve the humans that are still alive, the survivors, and rebuild civilization with ghouls and those that are not fully mutated. What we've heard about the Enclave is they want to eliminate anyone and everyone that has any kind of radiation or mutation within them of any sort. But those are only rumors. We have no substantial evidence or facts to go along with any of it.
Yeah.
As far as most people here in the Alamo area, and I imagine also in most of Tang, the Enclave is the boogeyman that you tell your children stories about at night so they'll stay in bed.
Makes sense. And have you guys had any run-ins with and read off the description of Phantom Stalkers and the Blood Spitters?
We have. They were a major issue for a short time. We lost a few members to them. The young man that worked on your power armor the last time you were here, he is no longer with us. He went out on patrol one night and actually investigating the loss of a caravan. I believe it was one of those creatures that got him.
That makes sense. We found at least 2 of the origin points of these creatures. some megalomaniac with delusions of grandeur made them.
That would make
We-
sense.
Yeah, as far as we know, we've killed that individual, and they seem to no longer be under anybody's control.
They certainly have been less aggressive, and we've seen fewer of them. And we've heard the rumors of the explosion up north near Los. I imagine that's the situation.
We
you're
have
referring
hand
to.
in that, yes.
That's good to know, and it's good to see that the Brotherhood's objectives are not entirely disruptive to us here, or perhaps even revealing threats we didn't even know about yet, and then eliminating them.
Yes. Hopefully we don't have too many more of these. Unfortunately, pattern that's been going, there's probably half a dozen things that haven't crawled out of shadows yet.
Wasteland is a gift that keeps on giving, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
I believe we have spent enough time here. You have your objectives,
Yep.
and from what I can tell, your objectives from the Brotherhood will not conflict with our own objectives. Though, if that day comes, and you choose not to continue with us, I would hope you would give us a fair notice of that. Perhaps it will not be something that comes to a conflict between two factions, but we would at least like to know that you are no longer working for us if that comes to be the situation.
Well, hopefully that day doesn't come. Unfortunately, or if the day does come, I hope it's as it's an argument amongst politicians and diplomats, not just another fight in the middle of the desert.
Well said. Until next time, you know how to get into contact with us now.
Yes.
I hope your mission to Ellington goes well.
Oh boy, do I.
And yes,
And hopefully you don't lose too many more over somebody else's screw-ups.
indeed. That's where we're going to end it for the day.
Eugene, grab that Nuka-Cola and put it on your character sheet.
Yeah, in the chat log there. Just so you guys know, you are now on the two quests that you've picked up at this point. The one quest for the Brotherhood is just simply called Enclave Presence, since they do believe it is Enclave here that you're now tracking. And then the quest from the Crockett's Men in the questline Guardians is called O Jammer, Wherefore Art Thou?
All right.
And I got updated on plans after I made the video or the image today. So August 2nd is not the next campaign or the next session. I will not be available to run the game that day. So instead, we can either add an extra session on the 9th or just wait until the regular next session on the 16th.
So I may also have a difficulty with the 27th.
With the 27th? Oh, this coming Sunday. Coming
Yeah.
campaign. Okay.
Yep. My wife just informed me yesterday that we are probably headed going out of town.
Well, that's why when the boss steps in, you just got to go with what the
I
boss
mean,
says.
you just like, okay, all right.
Okay.
It's,
Yes,
the guys
boss.
will understand.
Yep.
So.
Well,
All right. Well, you guys let me on Discord as you
Yeah,
think about it. We got a little time, so we can either add an extra session on the 9th to make up for the 2nd, or just wait until the next regular one, and then we'll stay in touch about the 27th. Well,
I mean, we could push it, the 3rd and the 9th.
Yeah, I can do the 3rd still. The 27th. Yeah, we could do that. We could do two sandwich weeks.
Or, or just, say do the 3rd and the 9th and then do what we normally do, skip. And,
Oh,
I don't know if
switch the
that,
rotation.
yeah, I don't know if that hurts. So,
Let's talk about it on Discord.
yeah, okay, I got you.
So for those watching, we'll be back for Fallout either on the 9th or the 16th, somewhere in there, one of those two. The next D&D campaign on Sunday will it could be 27th, 3rd, or 10th, somewhere in there. And then we'll update at that point about the rotation. But it'll still continue to be an every other Saturday, every other Sunday situation. We just don't know if we're going to rotate to the other we've not been using, depending on how schedules work out right now, if we need to adjust, make that major adjustment or not. So, without further ado, I think that's it for today. Any questions, comments, or complaints about the session before we shut it down?
not as such.
So did we complete a quest? Or is it just adding on to the quest? Okay.
Well, actually, yes. Technically, you did complete the I forget the name of that one now. See if I can find it real quick. Guardians. Steel Wings. You have actually completed Steel Wings. That was the quest from Charles Zenko telling you to go out and find a way to track the vertebrate. So you have completed that one. I'll figure out the XP on that one because it really is just a simple go out and do this thing. Yeah. And then you did all the other quests for the Brotherhood to build up the reputation and everything to be able to get the tracking ability. And you've got the XP for all those things now. So this in here may just be a fairly simple flat rate number. You'll get something.
It's just me being meta. That's all.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I do the same thing to you. Let me see if I even got that on y'all's XP sheet yet. I can search. Yes, those are encounters. No, I don't have it on the sheet yet, so I can just add it there. I'll just...
just all we need is like 2,300 or so. Each.
No.
Each, yeah.
How about this?
I'm just playing around.
There you go.
I'm not.
It's a cheap quest.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't worry. You're going to be the encounters you're coming up against soon.
We're going to be getting XP hand over fist.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So without further ado, we'll see everybody for the next session. Just keep in touch, or keep an eye on the channel. Join the Discord. I'll make announcements there if major things change. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next Sunday and Saturday for the session. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Everyone.